Hi, I'm Dr. Sheldon Christensen, spiritual meditation coach, yoga teacher, religion instructor, and a variety of other hats. Today we're going to talk about the basics of breathing and how breathing can be done to deeply relax you, to reduce your stress, and some basic techniques in breathing. So let's start out a little bit about the mechanics here. Basics of breathing. This is a person with lungs, and normally you're going to exhale by reducing the size of your chest. That seems pretty simple. It comes in all directions, the reduction, and it's kind of a passive process most of the time. We compress a little bit, the air goes out. The natural relaxation of the chest, it actually expands the chest, and you breathe in naturally. The inhalation is actually a relaxation rather than an action that you take. When you're exercising, of course, the whole process becomes much more involved. We have a diaphragm, which is a sheath of muscle here that separates out our lower guts from our upper guts, you might say. And for our purposes, one of the things we're going to do is we want to not only expand the chest, so we're going to expand outward in all directions for breathing, but we're also going to primarily expand the abdomen outward. This is a very important part of deep breathing and relaxation breathing, is to breathe through your belly. And in doing so, we're going to use much more of our physical body to breathe. We're going to breathe more slowly, more relaxed, more intentionally. And in focusing on our breath, we will be not focusing on all the other things that are going on in the world. And that's one of the important things about basics of breathing, is that you can focus on what's going on now. And this is a basic step for self-hypnosis, or neurolinguistic programming, for a wide variety of things you might use to improve your personal life, your feelings about yourself, feelings about the world, and all that's going on around you. And when you're feeling isolated, a way to connect with the divine, to do quite a few different things in life. And proper breath control is very basic for successfully doing exercise programs. If you're lifting weights, if you're doing yoga or Pilates, or you're running or things like that, breath control, how you breathe is very important. And if you are sick and feeling a lot of pain, you can breathe through some of that pain and make some of the pain less intense, and potentially decrease the amount of suffering that you're doing. Suffering is an interesting concept that is involved in a great many philosophical thinkings of the world. And the goal is to reduce your suffering, recognize that it exists, and do something with it so that you feel less suffering. Even if we don't reduce pain, we reduce the emotional reaction to pain, the suffering. One of the basic things in breathing is how long do I breathe in, how long do I breathe out, and what else is going on? So let me go back to my drawing here. One of the things we want to look at is basic breathing patterns. And this is often diagrammed in this way. So we take a breath in. We want to hold it for a bit before we let it out again. Then we're going to let that breath out. And we're going to take a breath, hold it. We're going to leave it out for a bit. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it, breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it, breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it, and so on. And that looks kind of like this. So, and I'm sitting in a chair, I'm just kind of sitting towards the front of my chair. So my body's not up against the back of the chair. Although if you need to use the back of the chair, you have a nice straight back chair, that would be fine. I'm going to sit up straight. I'm going to imagine there's a string on top of my head, touched on my head. I'm going to make my spine straight, as much straight as I can. This camera doesn't show my shoulders being very straight, but they are pretty straight. I suppose if I could set a different angle to the camera. There we go. That's a little better. And I want to lift my chest. So lift with the chest. It's the beginning of the breath. So lift. Then I want to expand in the abdomen. I'm going to expand out. Expand in the lower part. And hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slowly let it out from the bottom, starting at the bottom first. At the bottom. Collapse the chest last. Hold it out. Breathe in. Blow it out. Breathe into the nose, place your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Hold it. Blow it out. Purse your lips and blow some pressure there. Hold it. Breathe in. Start with the bottom of the abdomen. Thin it out. To the side of the ribs, expand to the side. Lift the chest. Get a full long breath. Hold it. Blow it out. Starting at the bottom. Collapse everything down. Hold the lots of breath. Breathe in. And I'm going to go through this cycle. I would recommend you start out with exhaling for 8 seconds, hold for 2 to 4 seconds, inhaling for 8 seconds, hold for 2 to 4 seconds. Kind of do what feels good for you. And a good goal would be to get to having an 11-second breath where you start with a full lung and blow out all the air. And you're going to hold it at the bottom for 2 to 4 seconds. 11 seconds in, 4 seconds hold. 11 seconds out, 4-second hold at the top or at the bottom of the cycle. I'm going to go up, back, and forth like this, and just focus on the breathing and let everything else go. Now, you're going to have all kinds of tension in your body. Where you feel tension in your body, go to that part of your body while you're breathing and relax those muscles. So if you have tension in your face, you have tension around your eyes, you might squeeze your eyes. If you're having a little bit of a tension headache that day, you might squeeze your scalp and kind of move your scalp around a little bit and relax it as you breathe. Tension in your jaw, relax that. Feel for a relaxation in the jaw. You can tighten up your facial muscles and hold them and then relax. Feel tension in your shoulders. You can move them around a bit. Upper shoulder girdle area. Feel tension in your forearms and your upper arms. Intentionally relax those. You might grip hard with your fists and relax your hands. Let the tension go. The same thing through your torso, to your back, through your legs, and all the way down to your feet. Relaxing any part of your body that feels tension as you breathe. Breathe and relax. One of the things that happens when we are doing our breathing exercise is in, taking in oxygen. O2 comes into us, and our oxygen level increases. When we're exhaling, we're blowing out something that is, when we've got a full inhalation, we brought in all this oxygen, it's transferring from in our lungs to our blood. At the same time, CO2 is going out. So it fills our blood fills with CO2 in this about the same rate that the oxygen fills. And when we blow the air out, the air that we breathe in has a lower CO2 level than the air than our blood does. So it transfers from the blood to the air in our lungs. And we blow that CO2 out, and so the CO2 in our body decreases. So in this process of gaining oxygen and removing carbon dioxide is essential for life. Now, we can have a problem if we breathe too much, too deeply, too fast. We can blow out too much CO2, and our body will react to that, and you'll start to feel dizzy and lightheaded. And so when that happens, if you're breathing a little bit shallower and hold this bottom and hold this top a little longer, and that feeling of lightheadedness will go away as we allow the CO2 to build up a little bit again in our system. So move back to the 8-second breathing, maybe a 6-second breath as far as the inhalation and exhalation goes. But hold the bottom and hold the top longer, and that sensation should go away. That's some basics about breathing. And we're going to have more videos about how to do different kinds of breathing exercises and different relaxation techniques. And I hope you come back and join us. Thank you.